Hey guys, and welcome to tonight's 15 minutes on Facebook. My name's Vicki Haspels, and tonight we're doing the Conscious Mystic. And tonight we're talking about freedom and what freedom means to you, and what freedom means to me as well. So I've prepared a little video I want to share, and then I'm going to give it a little, I suppose, a soul-filled brief interview or overview about what I think freedom is. And if if you're going to come on, I'd like to come on and have some discussion with me. I'm a little bit later than I would normally jump on, and but otherwise, I'm here to do some readings and to have a discussion with you. But otherwise, I'm going to give just a brief overview about what freedom and what it actually means to me, and what it does for the soul, what it means to be free. So here's just a little compilation of what I think freedom means. I'm just going to play a little video that I put together. So just it's about a minute. So hang in there, and then we'll have a talk, and let's get the conversation going, and we'll do some soul readings as well. So here we go. I thought I'd just cut that short. That's a little video about. Oh, here's Jen, and he's Shy. Welcome, welcome. So I wanted to talk to you about what freedom is, and then I would like you, if you guys are still watching, to pop in your comments. Well, I'd like to get a conversation going, because it's always nice to have that conversation about what freedom means to you, what freedom means to me. And we get to have those sort of differing views. We get to see how common we are, like how alike we are, and how different we are as well. So that little compilation of clips that I put together were just various little movies from my travels around Australia. And I thought they're the things that made that mean freedom for me, but also too dancing. I love to be able to dance, and I miss my music festivals, and being outdoors, and just being free to just lose yourself in the moment in a crowd of people, and all be just sharing that one moment together. So we're talking about freedom, and when I think about the word freedom, when I think what it means for us as like individuals, I suppose, is the freedom to express who we are. I find that in my personal life, unless I'm able to express myself freely, then I will struggle. I've noticed this a lot over the years, and I struggle with uh, being around people. I struggle with being myself personally. I struggle. My health becomes isn't affected, and I find it very difficult to I suppose, like when I'm not myself, when I'm not free to be myself, I lose my friends, I lose the people around me, because they are not quite trusting the persona that I'm putting on. Being a six, a life path six, I find that my personality is to try and fit in all the time. And so, therefore, uh, when I try and fit in, I'm trying to match my environment. And of course, I've learned not to do that, but I still have that part of my personality where if I feel a bit threatened or out of balance with my surroundings. That's my fallback, and I try and catch myself, but it doesn't always happen. So and I would like you to join the conversation as I can see that Lisa has here, and Lisa says, I'm still trying to find myself. And I really think that part of our journey, and this is why freedom is really important, an important part of this is that to the finding yourself is a lifelong endeavor, uncovering those layers, not only finding yourself, but also accepting that part of yourself and feeling free enough to be able to express it. Freedom is the ability to be able to express yourself and not feel like that you are going to be not only, I mean, we're all going to be judged, but not going to be excluded or rejected by those people around us. And then really true freedom. I mean, I would like to know when you felt um, when have you felt truly free? And as I said, I always feel, just as I mentioned before, I always feel truly free when I'm in a big crowd and I can dance and join in with the dancing or the singing. I love to sing, even though I can't sing, I still love to sing because I am sharing something as a collective of people. And I can, because we're all enjoying that same experience, I feel free to express that part of who I am because everyone else is doing it. So, oh, sorry, I don't, not so much, well, everyone else is doing it, but I get to express myself within that collective because I feel a part of something bigger. And it's very difficult to feel free and be a part of something when we feel like we're the only person doing it. So a couple of people are jumping on board. Laurel, hi. I'm trying to find myself again. Absolutely. Should go to pub choir. I should then. I actually looked into doing that, and when I joined up the pub choir, that was when I sort of was starting my travels, and then all of a sudden, when I had time to do it, lockdown started again. So I should actually do that. I remember, actually, now that sort of I'm in one place, I was thinking about joining a local choir somewhere around where I'm staying because I'm sort of still moving around the state a little bit, or between cities a little bit, but finding somewhere to sing. I always feel free when I'm either down the river or at my grandmother's where I grew up. I haven't been to either in a while. So, and I love that. See, Shy is sharing with us where she feels free. And when she's at some I would imagine shy just let me know if I'm off base here, but by the sounds of it, at your grandmother's where you grew up, it sounds like a very happy place where you can actually be yourself and not being to either in a while would I think missing out on those spaces where we can feel free and be ourselves. I mean, sometimes we feel free in the shower, right? We can just sort of dance and sing in there as well. So Lisa doesn't like crowds. I feel very anxious and don't cope. So Lisa, wonder where you would feel free then. Do you feel free when you're on your own? Not everyone likes crowds. And sometimes I feel like, especially because when I'm in a crowd, at a music festival, don't forget, not so much at the shopping centre, I wouldn't do it at the shops, but at a music festival, and the one I'm talking about is Woodford Folk Festival is the one that I love to go and dance and sing at. Everyone there is it's always a very happy place and very inclusive place. Just for that one, just for those 6 days, everyone's very, very happy and inclusive. So I feel free in that environment because I understand that it doesn't matter. I can express who I am, and everyone's just going to applaud that or celebrate that along with me. So it really doesn't matter where we feel safe and how we can express that freedom. Lisa says around animals and nature that she feels free. So I would. A lot of people do feel more comfortable in nature and around animals. I think that because we can absorb it like that energy of nature and animals where we can just like allow ourselves to be natural in those spaces as well. Again, I think that having no judgment around where that sense that we're going to be rejected if we are ourselves We don't have to build a rapport with animals or nature because they love us unconditionally, especially our pets. Maybe not so much snakes, I don't know, but you know what I mean. When we're around those animals that we love and that we trust, and when we're in nature, I especially love, as you can see from my clip, I love being outdoors. And I also, Lisa, love being alone. A lot of those places that I've been traveling to, the, the, the best time that I have where I can be free is when there's no one else around. We go to the national parks or to those most remote places, and more often than not, nobody's around. And it's just, I can just breathe and be myself. And Kerry says, yes, love nature. So, what Jen says, the saying is, dance like no one's watching. Sometimes it's harder to do, but letting go of the inhibitions, absolutely. I think when you're in a big crowd, nobody really is watching. Everyone just cares about themselves anyway. Connie says, hi, hello. And whoever that is, hi there as well. So let's do some little readings. Christine says, hi. Oh, quickly. Around the people who understand me or are like me, I'm those, yeah, so I hide. Yes, and especially having those types of what they call it, neurodivergent uh, personalities, or how you call it. I don't know enough about them to know what to call them. I apologise if I call it a condition, and it's not that. But having that part of your personality would be difficult to connect to other people because we don't all have that same activity or energy activity. And so as we all talk, like nature and being around animals, they don't worry too much if we're a little bit odd within ourselves or with how we behave. I think we know we're okay, but you can tell that other people uh, do not respond well to differently thinking or differently behaving people. And I noticed that Tiana says definitely nature. Brad says, let's see, oh, where are we? You should use star cuts. Oh, very funny. Thanks, Brad. Well, we might just get rid of Brad. What do you reckon? Delete that comment and block him. Oh, anyway, sorry about that. All righty. So, yeah, and sorry, here's Lisa. It's hard when people don't understand. So when we feel free, it wouldn't matter if people understood or not. Yeah, and if you notice when somebody is just being free, and generally, I think we find it when people have had a few drinks and they don't care anymore. We can actually enjoy the energy of that as well because we can laugh along with them. You know, I'm not talking about people who are falling over drunk because sometimes that's a bit hard to to be around. But I'm talking about when we're a little bit, like, our inhibitions have been loosened a little bit, and so we can actually enjoy that that type of freedom as well. And so I'm not suggesting that everyone has a few drinks just to loosen up a little bit, but I found that, um, like in my personal life, I think I got to points in my life where I was so um, had reached because I have medical conditions and I have not so much a personality or neurodivergent like over here that Laurel was talking about. So it was Laurel. So I apologise about that. Yeah, Laurel was talking about the ADHD. So those sorts of I just know I'll give you I can only talk about myself personally, and you can share your stories if you wish to as well. That having a disability and being out and about in public really is difficult because nobody tolerates, or not many people can tolerate somebody who has a disability. They they get impatient and they get awkward, or they try and use me or appropriate my condition for their own purposes to try and make themselves feel better. Sometimes they'll pat me on the back and use me as an example. Wasn't really fair in the workplace either. So it was very awkward, sort of, and I've always felt myself apologizing for existing. I mean, that's crazy, right? So that's bananas, I should say. So eventually, um, when life wore me down, I thought, you know what? I've missed out on so much over my time that I stopped worrying about. I can't say that I haven't completely stopped worrying, but I did stop worrying about how other people viewed me, and the probably the moment that actually made a difference for me was I was overseas. I was in Honolulu, I think. I don't drink. I wasn't drinking back then. I only have a. I mean, I don't drink very much now anyway. But I was at with some friends and we were doing karaoke. As I said, love to sing, can't but love to sing. And I thought, you know what? I'll never get to do this ever again. I don't know if I'll ever get to do this ever again. So I did. And I sang probably one of the most difficult songs in the world, The Rose, but that's my favourite song by Bette Midler. And I did it. And everyone loved it because you know why? Because I was loving it. So I was able to share that energy. It didn't matter. And I felt so free in that moment that I always draw on that whenever I need to express myself. Yeah. So Lisa says, I'm a bad people pleaser. Yeah, me too. Me too. That's my six, learning not to be, but still finding my feet and wings. And when I tell some people about my animal communication and healing, people are not sure how to take it or how to believe. I always found that people said to me, "Oh, what do you do for a living?" Because when I gave up work, and I did my psychic work. That was my full time work. Um, Even before that, what do you do? I'm psychic. Um, Saying it more often, when I said it out loud, I owned it. I learned how to own it. And actually, when I was talking about it today, in that I'm doing a course at the moment. I'm learning some new skills. We were talking about that today, and feeling stable in within your tribe, finding the people that love you. I mean, even in those, even if you find your tribe and can, like, even this moment here that we're having a discussion, we are in a safe space where we can talk about things. We can be ourselves. This is our freedom. We're talking with like-minded people. So when Lisa says to this our group here, I'm an animal communicator, we all go, oh, we know what that means. So you don't have to be that open or that free with the whole world. It really is about, um, and also people pleaser, same. I find now that I don't, that as long when I'm finding the people that I love, and you guys are the people that I love, right? I can chat to you about anything. When I find those people and I can actually chat about things and be open and express myself, even if there's things that I'm ready to move on, that's being really free. When that happens, when I feel free like that and I'm able to discuss and talk and share things with you all, finding like-minded people, how much better do we feel? How much nicer is it that we can walk away and think, you know what, I'm not alone, and that enables us to be free in other places. And even there's no one, or no rule, any rule anywhere that says you must be this type of person in this environment. If you don't feel safe enough to be yourself, then it's perfectly fine to either step away or put that face on. So that people pleaser part of me is I recognise as a safety tool, and when it starts to kick in, I know that I'm not in a safe environment. So I celebrate that and I applaud myself. But then I find the people that I can be free with, and if I can't find them, I start my own groups, and they tend to find me. Funnily enough. So being comfortable with who you are, yes, thanks, Ben. Absolutely. being comfortable with who I am and liking who I am. There's nothing freer than really liking who you are and just stepping into it and being that. And, you know, it doesn't, even if you feel like you're all on your own, when you start to express yourself, you'll find your tribe. People will start to pick up cues, but it's because it's in your energy field constantly. Those of like mind will resonate with your energy, even if you haven't said the words. They will know. I can remember I met, and I've had. Let's talk about. Want me to? I'll talk about a personal thing, but I met my second husband. I've been married a couple of times, but I met my second husband. We didn't recognize, we just knew each other's energy. We were at our function at the same place, and we were at opposite ends of the room, and we just found each other energetically. It was amazing. It was beautiful. It was amazing. And we found out that we were on the same wavelength at that time. Of course, as time went on, we lost that wavelength, of course, because he's an ex now, but it happens. You are when you are yourself. And at that time, I was expressing that spiritual part of myself, and we found each other energetically. We honed in on each other. I'm going to get rid of this guy. Oh dear. So we're going to get rid of that comment. There's somebody being naughty on here. Christine says, very crazy and unfair. Yeah, you know, I was Christine is commenting on the when I was talking about having that disability and having people misunderstand. Because I would one of the part of the things was, you know, I'd walk around. I'd have a walking stick to get around with, and yes, people love to push me out of the way. That was very awful. So Kiri says, sometimes I don't know how to be around people with disabilities. No, and it would be nice if they did, but also too, I've realised now it's not my job to teach people how to be around disabilities because it's too much hard work. I need all the energy for my fun times and my freedoms. So if people can't be around my disability, then I find people who love me, which are you guys. Yeah, bye, Brad. Brad's gone. He was a bad boy. All right, so now, I always say 15 minutes on Facebook, and I always end up with doing half an hour. So we'll do that. Let's do, you guys are here. And I love the conversation. Thank you so much. I love chatting to you about these things, our emotional spaces. And this is a lovely space, and we're sort of all getting to know each other really well. So let's start with I think Jen is still here. I'll do some soul readings. I don't have my cards, nothing up my sleeve, right? So it'll be a soul to soul reading. So for Jen, I'll give everybody here a message. So I'm going to tune in. So Jen, your message. I see your heart whenever I go into your heart. So Jen, when you connect with yourself, you tend to skitter away a little bit to the side. So slowly goes it as you're learning to understand your heart and your own freedom. So, but I see your heart, and I see you constantly going back there to get to know who you are. So I love that. That's beautiful. So let's go to Lisa. And so I'm going to tune into you, Lisa, and give you a soul reading. Oh, Lisa, your energy is amazingly beautiful. I can feel you did the animal communication. So yeah, I can feel your energy is limitless. Your mediumship, I suppose, energy, if that's what you want to call it. I call it mediumship energy or attunement communication it's very out there. It's amazing. Love it. So your message is that I, I really feel like that you communicate on a very different level. And I would say that connecting with people and people's energy would bring you back down to a certain vibration that doesn't suit you. So it's a beautiful skill to have, but also too I can see the difficulty in trying to manage and balance that out. I feel you. I feel your heart, and you have an amazing um, find it like I was going to say, find amazing talent there. And let's say finding people who can resonate and sit at that vibration comfortably. They're your tribe. So Laurel, who's also trying to find herself again, I'm going to tune into you and I'll give you a message, Laurel. Laurel, I see your heart. Your you have a love, like you have lovely, and I got the word bubbly around you. So whether you understand it or realize it or not, when people are around you, you actually, when I say bubbly, you add bubbles to their aura. So you lift them up nicely. You may not understand it or realize that because when I'm sitting in your energy, I feel it. So that is your gift at the moment to those around you. So expressing yourself makes you even uh, lighter and more bubbly. And while it's not your job to lift people in that way, the ones who appreciate you will want to come and spend some time with you because you'll be sharing that energy. Yeah, and you lift people whether you realize it or not. I love it. So Ben, oh, he's shy. I'll do Ben. Ben, so shy. Let's go into your energy and give you a soul reading. Shy. So shy. There's a little bit of difficulty connecting with you. So this tells me that your energy is a little bit low. So let's look at your message. Just give me a moment while I tune. It's just going to take a few seconds longer to get to that message. So you very much wear your heart on your sleeve. In that you love deeply, you care deeply. When you find somebody that you like or that you love, you share yourself so openly and so well that what happens is a little bit of your trauma sits on the surface. And that's what I'm feeling at the moment. I think there's been a bit of a bump in the road, and that's sort of sitting there on the surface, and you've got that bit of cotton wool around you. But the thing I love about your energy, Shy, is that, as I said, you share yourself so openly when you are in a relationship, friendship, love, it doesn't matter. You're very much a giver. And that is a very special skill to have because not everybody does that, give themselves so easily. So Ben, who says I should be in the pub choir, I'll give you a reading, Ben. Oh, so Ben, your message is like you're going ahead leaps and bounds energetically. I feel like you're racing ahead of me here. Um, and again, not a bad thing. It's just that you're so keen to move forward in your life that you are putting that hard work in, like that soul work in to actually understand who you are, and you're moving through things. You're being fast tracked at the moment, and you're actually consciously fast tracking yourself. So well done. And that's that stronger connection to who you are, so that you've already expressed that free part of yourself. I love it. And so Connie, let's give Connie a reading. Oh, Connie, the first message I got for you was about trusting your intuition and trusting your feelings. All of your answers are spot on. Your heart is and your soul is giving you those that wisdom and that messages that you're looking for. It's not that you don't trust it or that you're not understanding it. It is, and not that you're not listening to it. The language that you're hearing would like a second and third opinion before you act on it, which is fine. But the message here is that the first answer that you get or the first message that you get is spot on. So, Kiri, let's do one for you. Kiri, you cut through your heart's you cut through rubbish. You've cut through um, That not I wanna say the bullshit, excuse me, but you know what I mean, like, so you're very straight up and straightforward. I would imagine that people have a struggle a little bit with your honesty and your straightforwardness, but that's your freedom, right? You and to be something other than that would be, dishonest. So, um, I would say that there are not many people that would be able to handle that straightforward nature or that straightforward, self, but the people who, can appreciate it are the ones that you would want to keep close. So it's, what was gonna like, uh, don't lose heart that your tribe are slowly finding their way to you. It's your straight talking that makes you unique. I love straight talkers. I love people that are honest because I don't know. I'm honest, but I can never be that straightforward. I always worry about rejection. That's my six energy, my number six. Now we have we've got Christine. So Christine, we've been doing it around freedom. Oh yes, you joined in the conversation tonight too. Thank you so much. Let's see. Oh, we'll talk to Connie in a minute, but I'm going to tune into Christine. Oh, yeah, Christine, your energy is. I would say that like your messaging at the moment is a little bit difficult to get through. However, you're actually you're connecting to your messages is like you're working towards that clarity, and you're doing so well about like managing it and getting that. Um, as in like of everybody who's on tonight, you are the hardest worker here. You wanted so much for yourself and so strongly for yourself that you are putting in that effort, and it's actually going to pay off. But yeah, please hang in, stay in there, hang in there, come back for more messages, all those sorts of things. If you need some support, come back for all the support you need while you're going through that. But you are doing such a great job, and you're going to absolutely get there. Those messages are going to become clearer and clearer. And it's been a lifetime of inconsistency in understanding what you're getting, but you're getting there. Great. All right. So Connie says very much learning to trust that first message. Yeah, very, and also your intuition has been very heightened, as she says. Yes, and it does take a while to become clear. Kerry says, "Yep, I'm always in trouble for it." And now Kim, let's see. Very hard week. Okay, cool, Kim. I will give you a quick message and then I'll have to go. So I'll just tune in. So I'm thinking whoever's left on here tonight, we're all going to send Kim some love. I'll give you a message from the soul. And I would love that if everyone would have put Kim in their hearts. And we've generated a lot of beautiful energy here with our discussion tonight. And that we're not only sending it to each other, and I appreciate that you're sending it to me, but we're all going to send some to Kim as well. So, what's your message? Oh, yeah, Kim, you are not being dragged down. You are above it. You're still floating above it. Also, it's been a very hard week, yes, but I see your energy like still just bubbling along on the surface. So all the rubbish is down here, and you're above it. You're still part of it because you're still sort of bubbling on the surface there, but it's not dragging you down. You might still be like you're aware of it. It's around you, but it's not going to like more or less drown you, I guess, if you want to go with that analogy, because it's like you're floating on top of it, and it's not grabbing you and pulling you down. And one more, just for Nicole, just quickly, and then I'll have to go. So Nicole, oh, the word I got was hang in there, right? Um, so Nicole, I know Nicole is a reader. I know Nicole is a medium. So Nicole, I would say to you that every time you open up your heart and work with people, you are getting a healing yourself. So that hang in there simply means that you're having ups and downs right now, but that's the spirit world and your soul um, balancing you out so that your messages will become clearer, have more um, like impact, and also too, you won't be using yourself as much, but trusting the spirit world as you channel their messages for everybody. So anyway, I am going to go. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me. Tomorrow night, I think I've got meditation chat, which will be a pre-recorded message. And then Thursday, I'm back live again, and we're going to do some psychic development work. I'm going to talk about auras and how we can see auras. Just get a little bit of an insight about how we can do that. Okay, thank you so much for being with me, and much love. See you next time.